Section 40 is about using assignments to define new functions. As an example, this assignment defines a function called pinks that takes one argument, and this uses that definition. The function pinks is defined using a delayed assignment. The left side of that assignment is a pattern that specifies when this definition should be applied. This definition will be applied to anything that matches the pattern pinks of n blank. A delayed assignment is used because the thing that matches n blank is needed on the right side of the definition, but isn't known until the definition is applied. When this definition is applied, the thing that matches n blank is inserted in place of n on the right side of the definition. For another example, here is a list of expressions. There aren't yet any definitions for anything in this list, so the list just returns unchanged. These assignments define values for f of red and f of green. After these definitions, f of red and f of green are replaced by the defined values. The other cases are still left unchanged. Now add a definition for f of x blank. This more general definition will apply to f of anything. The Wolfram language automatically uses the special definitions for f of red and f of green first, and uses the more general definition for f of x blank whenever those special definitions do not apply. The definitions for f of red and f of green here were entered using immediate assignments rather than delayed assignments. These definitions could have been entered using delayed assignments, but since the right sides of these definitions are just numbers, there isn't any need to delay calculating those values. The definition of f of x blank is entered using a delayed assignment because the thing that matches x blank is needed on the right side of that definition and isn't known until the definition is applied. A classic exercise in computer science is programming a recursive definition for the factorial function. An easy way to write that program using definitions is with a definition for factorial of 1 and a definition for factorial of n in terms of factorial of n minus 1. This uses those definitions to compute factorial of 50. There's also a built-in factorial function which gives the same result. Instead of using separate definitions for factorial of 1 and factorial of n, factorial could instead be defined, after clearing the previous definition, with a single assignment using the if function. This definition gives the same results, but in a program like this, using separate definitions tends to make the program easier to read and understand. It's easy with patterns to set up definitions that apply to things with any particular structure beyond just the basic function of an argument structure. This input, for example, defines a function plus minus that applies when the argument is a list with two elements, and that returns a list with the first element of that list plus or minus the second element. This shows that function applied to the list AB, and this applies that function to a pair of numbers. Here's a less elegant definition based on the traditional function of an argument structure. That definition doesn't take advantage of the power and flexibility of patterns, but it does give the same result, at least in this example. There are many applications where it is useful to define a function that applies only to expressions with a certain structure. For example, consider this list of expressions with varying structure. This defines a function called highlight that applies only to framed expressions and draws them with a yellow background and a label. This uses /at to map that function over the list of expressions to show the effect of that function on those expressions. This adds a definition that causes highlight to be mapped over the elements of anything with a head of list. With that definition, it is no longer necessary to use /at to map highlight over the elements of a list, since that definition does the mapping automatically. Finally, this adds a definition for the general case when the argument of highlight is not a list or a framed expression. After that, the highlight function maps over lists and applies the earlier definition for framed things and uses the general case when nothing else applies. That's the end of the examples for this section. This section is about using assignments and patterns to define your own functions. More information about defining functions can be found by going to the Wolfram Language and System Documentation Center, clicking the Core Language Instructor button, and selecting Variables and Functions from the menu that pops up, which brings up this page with links to assignments and patterns and other features that often come up in defining functions. There are also links from this page to useful TechNotes that are more specifically about using these features to define functions. Under the TechNotes menu, for example, choosing Defining Functions brings up this page on functions and programs, and the Documentation Center also includes this longer TechNote on transformation rules and definitions. Here are the exercises from the end of this section. As an example, consider exercise 40.3. Define a function f that takes a list of two elements and puts them in reverse order. Before getting started with entering new definitions for f, it is useful to check that there aren't any existing definitions for the same function. In the Wolfram Language session shown here, for example, there are definitions for f that were entered as part of an earlier example. These definitions can be displayed by entering $f. Since these definitions are no longer needed, it is appropriate to clear them using clear of f. After that, $f shows that all of the definitions have been removed. Returning now to the exercise, here is one possible definition for a function f that takes a list with two elements named x and y and returns a list with those elements in reverse order. This shows that definition applied to a list with two elements. That definition does not apply if the argument of f is anything other than a list with two elements. The input returns unchanged, for example, if the argument of f is not a list. This definition is a simple, elegant solution to the exercise, but there are many other possible solutions. Here, for example, is a solution using the function of an argument structure that was considered in one of the examples in this section. This definition also gives a function that reverses the elements when applied to a list with two elements. This definition is not quite as simple as the first solution, however, and it has other deficiencies. This definition generates an error, for example, if it is applied to something that does not have two elements.